grew up being taught that dirty or stained was undesirable. But little did I know that something as beautiful as stained glass could completely change my perspective of life forever. As an absolute infant in junior Montessori, I was introduced to colors: red, blue, yellow. Each color spoke a different story. Each gradient reflected different human emotions. And my favorite childhood memory was to get starstruck late at night and to imagine napping under northern light skies wide-eyed. As a brand new first grader, I got introduced to kaleidoscope, or just a simple cylindrical frame with internal mirrors and a few broken pieces of stained glass. The patterns were impeccable, but besides all that, one thing was very evident, and it was that it taught me that beauty followed no patterns and that imperfections and blemishes could still be considered beautiful. I jumped into teenage. I got started with glass painting. For a change, I started converting regular to stained glass. I loved being able to customize something that I've always loved. It felt strange at times. Calling a stain beautiful felt odd at first, but it changed and shaped my way of seeing things. It taught to me that beauty isn't always obvious. Maybe that's why I grew to adore the art of kintsugi. The Japanese would mend together broken ceramics with flakes of gold and copper. And after refinement, the piece gains value. Isn't it beautiful? This curiosity chased me down to the chemistry laboratory as well, where I was mesmerized to know that HNO3 alone had to be kept in brown bottles. Turns out, it was the oxidation that they feared. Brown bottles blocked in sunlight, which was literally the catalyst of an undesirable oxidative product. This is why they used stained glasses specifically. The stain offered protection. Over the years, from being an infant to an 18-year-old, stained glasses have always been my favorite obsession. Neither did it fail to captivate me, nor did it become less interesting. Not to mention, the most healing phase of adulting was to let the fragrant sunlight fall on you through tender green tree leaves. I mean, it's therapeutic, isn't it? Just standing there and breathing it all in. I've seen vibrant beer bottles in bars and clubs too, but this version is not my most favorite version of adoring them. But I admit though that they do make parties more fun under disco lights. And here comes the divine aspect. I love the churches of the 1800s. They used cathedral glass frames everywhere to depict biblical characters and Christian philosophy. That's when it hit me hard. I realized that it was the perspective that mattered at the end of the day. It changed everything. It shouted to me, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Sometimes this tiny voice tells me that I sound delusional, expressing myself out loud to the world. But what's wrong in believing that overlooked things can inspire awe and wonder? The greatest lesson that stained glasses have taught me is to believe in slow miracles and to appreciate life at its quiet brilliance. Call it inanimate, call it lifeless, call it stained, call it worthless, but it helped me figure out a little about life. It helped me see a stain is not always dirty. Sometimes it has purpose. This is my untold friendship. Stained glass and I, we helped each other identify different perspectives. It was less about the glass and more about the lens, and in my eyes, it would always be valuable. I'm neither a philosopher, nor am I perfect. But if one broken piece of stained glass could light someone's world up, imagine what a shift in perspective could do. Thank you.